party today. We are so relaxed. Everyone's so tense. But we're going to give you a little tour of what we do before we go live. The director's in my face, 3, 2, 1, that red light comes on and you just kind of freeze like, uh-oh, what's my name? What's my name? Well, here it is. So I'm going to take you on a little tour. It's about maybe a minute tour. When you get into the waiting room, and you don't know it's a waiting room, it's a little room where you go into and you plug in prior to 4 o'clock. Sometimes we give that away and some prizes, and then I've got some new ideas coming up. But nonetheless, you're waiting for 4 o'clock, okay? So I want you to know what we do or what's going on behind the scenes prior to that 4 o'clock hour. So you're going to go in, you're going to put your name in the comments. That's for $200 on a normal Saturday. But this ain't no normal Saturday, right? This is a Jeep Saturday. We have this about every 10 weeks if you're new to the show. We give a Jeep Patriot away. This is a 2014 beautiful blue 4-wheel drive Jeep Patriot. All you got to do is say, I'm here in the comment section. That allows you the $200 gratis, which we pull at the end of the show. And like I said, every 10 weeks we pull for a Jeep. And this just happens to be one of those weeks where we pull for a Jeep. So someone tonight, the suspense is killing me. Someone before tonight's end of show is going to know that they're holding a Jeep in their driveway in the next week or two. We deliver that too. There's no cost to anybody. We actually have a good time. It's called a road trip. We gather up some of our staff and we head out. Last time was in Phoenix. Prior to that, Utah. We've been to St. Louis. We've been everywhere. This is number 6 in a year, so we're pretty active. I've got number 7 lined up too. That's going to be really fun. But today, sit back, relax, enjoy the show. It is Will You Marry Me too. We're going to get married, so there's a lot going on today. I'm going to show you a costa presentation that is going to blow your mind when you go to propose to somebody. So anyways, follow me. Let's go this way. This is Mike Teeter. You all might know him from Teeter Time. He is working the control board. Our executive director of operations, April, there she is. She's going to say a word or two, but when your name goes into the comment section, and what happens after that, April? Tell us.
Well, we have the chef down here. She works very hard to get everybody's name written down so no one is missed. She double checks it just like the big night in December. But she's getting everybody's name in. Yeah. And now I got to get back to work.
Okay. So everyone is in the comment section saying, I'm here, Steve! And that allows you the $200. Let's go into the studio. This is the studio, and wow, what a studio we have for you today. Hello, Mr. Harvey. It's good to see you. I was going to invite him personally, but Steve Harvey is with us today. We have a game called the Family Feud. You're all probably familiar with that. We're going to have a little fun with that. But basically, what happens is this. When you go to propose to someone and you want to marry them, the traditional thing is basically I put a ring and a teddy bear, or maybe I get on my knee and I crouch down and say, will you marry me? Or how about this? If you caught the movie, Marry Me. Check this out with the lovely, you know who I'm talking about. Yes, Marry Me. He holds up a sign. Well, he holds up a sign in the crowd and says, Marry Me. That's another way to do it. But I'm here today to tell you there is another way, and it's done with food. Yeah, it's never been done before. I've never seen it. With food. You're actually going to propose to your significant other with food, and it's all done with clues, you see. So it's going to be really interesting. It is a cooking show, so we will be doing a little cooking. I'm going to cook a little portion of one of the 3 clues for you and show you how that's done. But it's a pretty traditional pasta plate. So here's what happens. Let me set the tone, okay? It's 4 o'clock on a Sunday, and you invite your significant other over for a little pasta. Hey, honey, we're doing some pasta. I'm going to cook it up. It's going to be casual. We'll have a couple glasses of wine, maybe some juice or whatever. But just a little pasta and relax and maybe watch a couple movies and, yada, 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 yada. No, yada, yada, yada. Anyways, okay. So anyways, we're going to have the pasta plate. So that's what that's all about. So when you present this presentation of I want to marry you on a food platter, it's like, whoa. I'm telling you, you're going to want to keep this forever. I'm looking at the crowd tonight. We've got a very good crowd. That's awesome. We're hoping for a record number today, so when we give that Jeep away. So without further ado, let's get into the presentation portion. Now, this is the platter in which will be the final project. Okay, this is what we're going to serve, and again, yes, we go for that wow effect. We take a traditional entree and we glorify that into something magnificent that you hopefully will have that wow effect when you have your people over. So we have an apple here. This is an apple, basically an apple flower, and you can see the bumblebee. We have an olive. We take a little olive with some mustard, and we make a little bumblebee there. So that's an olive sitting on an apple flower. Okay, and what is the pasta? The first pasta up for grabs today. It's called the naughty pasta, okay? Naughty pasta, or the naughty pesto pasta. That is basically nothing more than a piece of fettuccine that it's been tied into a knot. And you think, what? What is that about? A knot? Why would you tie a piece of fettuccine into a knot and put it on a platter? Now, again, this would be heated, of course, but and then we're going to dress that with a little drizzle of pesto. All right, you drizzle that with a little pesto and some pine nuts and some Parmesan cheese. All right, so this is number one, naughty pesto fettuccine pasta. Now, what does that resemble? Well, I think not has something to do with, hey, 700 people surveyed, top 3 answers are on the board to this. Show me. Tie the knot. That's right. Tie the knot. Very good. Do we have something? Get that crowd going, please. Yes, tie the knot. So if he or she or they don't get the first one, not a big deal. Tie the knot. So, honey, that's pretty interesting. Yeah, I see our fettuccine is in knots. Okay, good enough. I kind of get that. All right, so number two clue or proposition is a ravioli, and we're going to make that today. We'll make that ravioli for you. Making pasta, homemade pasta and a marinara sauce is actually a very simple thing to do. You'll never go out to another pasta or an Italian restaurant again once you make your own pasta, and it's not that hard. Time constraints do not allow me to do the whole process, but we're going to give it a very good shot at showing you how we're going to make number two. Number two is raviolis, and it's a heart ravioli. If the camera can direct itself to this portion of the plate here, we have 2 little hearts and a big heart. That represents 2 hearts becoming 1, okay? So that would be on your platter. We're going to leave this one open because we're going to actually prepare that on this platter. 2 hearts become 1. Okay, so he or she looks at that and says, interesting. Okay, so we got the naughty pasta, tie into a knot, and then we have the 2 hearts become 1. Interesting. Oh, wait a minute. Is that true? Could that really work? Yes. 700 people surveyed. Top 3 answers are on the board too. Show me 2 hearts beat as 1. That's right. I think that's right. I think Steve Harvey would agree. Okay, so, all right, so we're kind of going off the wall here. But bottom line is, I'm just illustrating how effective this really is. Now, once it's all done and put together, you're going to say, oh, Steve, that makes a lot of sense. Right now, it's like, what the heck is he talking about? He must have been drinking today. No, I was not drinking. All right, so we're going to spin that around. So the apple flour, yeah, we have the apple flour. We have the radish buds. We have the naughty pasta. And we are leaving room for the 2 hearts beat as 1. Now, before we go to the final one, it is a cooking show, and so we are going to do some cooking. Pasta is just a main staple in a lot of people's diet, and it is quite simple to make. I am going to show you, basically, how a pasta is made and how I would make it. It's quite simple. Basically, all you do is get a bowl, and really, it's 4 ingredients: eggs, flour, oil, and salt. That's it. That's all this little string is right here. Now, how do you make this? Well, you basically take 2 egg yolks, and 6 egg yolks, and you'll put those egg yolks separate into a bowl. And then you'll take 2 eggs and you'll beat it all together. So we've got 6 egg yolks, we have 2 eggs, we beat that together in a bowl, we throw in a little pinch of salt, and we splash a little olive oil in there, and we just whip it up. We whip it up. Now, it's a process. I must say, the kneading process does take probably 7 to 10 minutes, and that is the hard part. But once that's all together into this ball, you let it rest, let that gluten come together and meet everybody, and everybody gets acquainted, and that gluten doesn't rise like a bread loaf would, but it just kind of sits there. If you smash on it a little bit, it should come right back up to its original size. And so you've got a nice ball of pasta, and that's all it is. Now, you got to cut it, you got to form it, you got to press it, you got to put it into some kind of a format, and that's what we're going to do today. We are going to show you how we make a ravioli, as you saw here, 2 hearts beating as 1. Isn't that cute? I mean, that is, to me, I think that's just absolutely cute. And we have cameras now, new cameras in every location. I literally can't get away with nothing around here anymore. It really irritates me knowing. Actually, I had a customer. Check this out. This is a little side joke here. They worked for Big Burger, and they were at a restaurant. And in between the ice machine and the back door was about 18 inches where the cameras didn't actually survey the back area of the restaurant. So that's where they would smoke, get on their cell phones, and do whatever. I mean, these people figure things out pretty good, but I thought that was pretty clever when they were telling me that. 18 inches of raw space that they can get away with. The cameras are interesting. But anyways, our new camera setup is set up everywhere. This, you're going to get a great illustration here of how the raviolis are made. I hope we have enough time to actually finish this. But nonetheless, we're going to start with the pasta. Now, the pasta, as I told you, gets into a bowl. It's done its hour of little relax and restoration. And now, then let me introduce the pasta machine. The pasta machine, you can buy one of these actually for about $29. They're inexpensive. They will actually do the pressing of the pasta into where you want it, and they'll actually cut the pasta as well. You can do a fettuccine. You can do attachments for spaghetti. This one happened to come stock with fettuccine, and I believe it's a spaghetti, but nonetheless. So pressing it is the first step. Pressing your pasta or rolling it out. Now this definitely beats doing it with a rolling pin, if you will. The attachments go from 1 to 3. The first one was 1. I think I had the head start. We're going to hit this number 2 here, and it's just a matter of putting that into the roller and getting it as thin as possible, as uniform as possible. And again, the cameras are all picking that up. That's kind of cool. Look at that. See how it's getting thinner? Now, again, you can do lasagna. You can do any cut of pasta that you so desire for this type of process. And it's quite cool, actually. So now we're going to the thinnest possible here. And as we do this, that is now a beautiful, get out of there, a little beautiful piece of how thin that is, how gorgeous that is. Now, we are going to make a little room on our makeshift cutting board here. As you know, this is a temporary kitchen. We don't have the luxury of having a kitchen with grandiose stoves and so on. We use TV trays and all kinds of portable devices. It's quite interesting. All right, so I went and bought some cookie cutters. These are just hearts, but again, you can do anything. This is going to illustrate our 2 hearts beating as 1. Okay, and again, I promise you I'll show you how to make this. So the pasta is made. We start off with the cutouts. These are quite simple. We're just going to cut 2 hearts. And we're going to do that 4 times because we have two of these. And these are little mini raviolis. And I don't know if the camera's picking this part up right here, but it should because it's kind of cool. Now, for the ravioli portion, we're going to make raviolis and we're going to put them into our boiling water. And as we do that, you will see how cool that is. I'm going to just get a new fresh piece of pasta here. That's going to be for our big one. We'll go back to number 1 on the Richter scale here, and we'll pass that out. And so we'll have the raviolis going. This is kind of tricky. I've never done this before in a live camera shot, so we'll see how this works. And the water is boiling. We're going to get that to a point of boil. And here we go with the pressing. Got to make sure that pasta gets pressed. This is number 1. And we got number 2. We'll put the number 2 on there. Again, this is just to get a uniformed amount here so we can make our cut. I'll show you actually too, if we were to make a fettuccine, the blades are here to do that, and that is quite cool. I love homemade fettuccine. And again, once you try this and put this into boiling water, I promise you, loved ones, you will never, ever, ever, ever want to eat pasta ever again anywhere. All right, so I'm just going to keep that rolled out there like so. We should probably do one more. All right, let's just do one more cut here. And so that handle attachment, we'll do one more cut. We're a little thinner. Our water is boiling, so that's telling us it is ready. We are going to go ahead and do one more press here, and that will suffice for our big heart here that we're going to press out here. Take that last one out. All right, so here we have it in our makeshift kitchen here. We'll go ahead and press 2 hearts here. That's the big heart, and we'll make a ravioli out of that, and we'll make a ravioli out of the little ones. It's quite hard to do with gloves on, but you get the idea. And this is our second one here. All right, so now the ravioli portion. This is quite easy. All you do here is take your cheese. This is a cheese recipe that I use quite often. It's just basically a feta cheese with a little bit of seasonings, herbs, and spices. We're going to go ahead and make a sandwich, if you will, kind of out of that right there. And with some oily fingers, we're just going to pinch the ends together. That's all you got to do is just pinch the ends. And that will seal in the proper ingredients in the inside, your cheese or whatever filling that you so desire. You could put mushrooms, pine nuts. I mean, you can get crazy with your ingredients to your pasta. But again, what we're shooting for here is 2 hearts become 1. Into boiling water, that one goes. Youch, you're saying, okay, all right. And again, some more of that cheese. This is, again, if you can get a shot of that, that's just perfect. That's a piece of cheese of ingredients that we used. We're just going to pinch the ends of the hearts there to seal that in so no water gets in. And we cook it time-wise. Yes, time constraints are a must. It's about 9 to 10 minutes in boiling water for this type of fresh pasta. Now, again, for those that are, egg conscious or cholesterol conscious, you can do egg whites. There's a recipe for that I saw. There's yolk only. So there's your two babies. The two babies are in. The two babies are in the pool. And now we're going to start. I'm going to get a better cut here on this last one. I just didn't like that last one there. So now we got the larger one. And that, loved ones, if you're following along. Is everybody following along? Is everyone following along pretty well? Is everyone excited about that Jeep? The Jeep! The Jeep! Yes, it's outside. I've been protecting that with my life. So you know exactly there's no danger in that one disappearing on us. So now we are making the final large heart-shaped ravioli here. And that will go into the boiling hot water. And as we do that, I want to mention, if you haven't yet already put your name in the comment section, you better do that because you got $200. I don't know how many times I'm going to spin that bad boy today. I will say Stephanie, the apron guy, didn't follow through and come in, which kind of irritated me no end. So we have the large ravioli in there, and we have the two baby raviolis in there, and we have one heck of a mess, but that's okay. That's what we have. Well, that's, I guess, what I do at the end of the show is get to clean all this up. All right, so we're going to put that all the way off to the side. And again, just a refreshing recap as we go here. We have our platter. We have invited our significant other over for a little pasta get-together, shall we say, on a Sunday afternoon. And so from there, we've put some naughty fettuccine. Naughty boy fettuccine, she says. Fettuccine that's been tied in a knot. Now, typically what I would do with this, I would tie them all into a knot, put it in a skillet with some pesto and a little cream and saute that and just kind of put that out there. Again, that knot effect is still there. It's naughty. It's tied into a knot. It's like, what? What is naughty pasta? Well, you're going to find out. And boy, when you find out, the answer better be yes, baby. All right, so that is the starter point. And again, that apple basically is just wedge cut there. We put a bumblebee. That's an olive. Check it out. An olive with some Dijon mustard and a little sour cream for the eyeballs. And I'm going to hold that up in my hand. I think that is so cool. This is literally a bumblebee. A bumblebee. Check that out. That is so cool. While we cook the pasta there. Oop, I think I just saw it. Good thing he's dead. The good thing he's not alive. But anyway, that's a bumblebee, and that goes into your apple flowerette. Now, is that not cool? That's a good little conversation piece, too. We'll put the bumblebee back in there. And as we are going to do here, we're going to flip one time and one time only the raviolis, just because. Now look at those. Those are just, amazing. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, Steve, he puts his fingers in there. This guy he's kind of crazy. All right, so those have been flipped over. The pasta machine, $29, and you saw how easy that is. Recapping that pasta one more time, get a big bowl, separate out 6 yolks, put 6 yolks in there, then take 2 whole eggs, put those in your 6 yolks, and whip a little bit, not too much, and then put a little salt in there, a little olive oil, and then start with your flour. I liked about 2 cups for that 6 eggs and 2 egg mixture, about 2 cups of flour. Now, flour is important. I don't like all-purpose. You can get the double zero. That's a real fine, smooth flour. Or you can get a baking flour, which is very nice too. Does it matter? Yeah, it does. You'll really notice the difference. You'll combine that flour into your egg mixture. You'll fold it all together. They get acquainted quite nicely. You take it out of the bowl, and then you start that kneading process. Knead. About 10 minutes. It's a lot of work. But once it's all together, then you put it into a bowl, maybe wrap it up with some plastic, keep it at room temperature for about an hour, and then take it out. You can cut it into pieces, and then voila, you put your cut to your cut, and you have whatever you want. The fettuccine was made on this pasta machine as well, so again, you can make any kind of cut of the fresh pasta that you want. Goodspeed, Mr. Stephen Goodspeed, I want to wish you a belated happy birthday, sir. It's always nice to have you aboard. We have so many names I could mention. There's so many new people. I want to welcome you to the show. If this is your first time, we are a cooking show, an entertaining show. We do some crazy stuff here. It's kind of cool. We're here every Saturday at 4 o'clock Mountain Time live in this studio. We give away a lot. The whole purpose of this channel is love. We love everyone. This is your channel. It's not mine. It comes from God. He puts all this into my head. I produce it out to you, which is a wonderful thing because I'm not capable of this, that's for sure. And you're the beneficiary of this. And so we're going to turn that down just a tad. And as we're continuing talking, we give away a lot. That's what we do. All the proceeds after the bills are paid, which hasn't happened yet, but we're still cranking out red. But when the time comes, when we're black, everything that is after is going to you. Now, as an example of that is we're giving this away now before we even make any money. So 6 Jeeps, I don't know, countless hundreds of thousands of dollars into this project over a year and a half time period. The cooking show is only about 9 months old. We started that. We had to come up with an idea that's going to continue on a basis of weekly, and so we decided to do that cooking show, something God gifted me with years ago. All right, so we are about 2 minutes away from pulling the raviolis out and putting those, and then we're going to finish the show with a grand finale. I'm serious. If this person that you proposed, this proposal of plate food pasta 2 on a Sunday afternoon after a little Chardonnay or maybe grape juice or whatever it is, and they say no or they say what? You got a problem. You better call somebody right away and say, you know what, come get this person. This relationship is over. They might be good on the golf course, but I tell you they better know their food. The food is cool. You can do so much with food, and that's the other purpose of this show, is to show you what you can do with food. If you get a chance, go back and play all those videos that we have. We came up with some neat stuff. We came up with so many neat things. Everything is edible. We try to present an edible presentation. So when you go to eat something, everything is edible. Wait a minute, that should be in a dish. No, it's not a dish. It's a tortilla that we formed into a bowl. We call it tortware. I mean, there's some stuff back there that we did that's so cool. And in the future, we have so many new things coming. Next week is French onion. I'm going to do a French onion that you've never seen before with a torch. I got a torch about yay big. Oh, I'm going to have some fun with that if my kids don't get a hold of that first. All right, we're going to turn that water off. It is done boiling. We have a spinner, and then that's the $200 spin I talked about earlier. If you're in the comment section every Saturday, get this. We put your name in the comment section. Oh, look at that. Oh, we're about 3 away from 100. Come on, I need 100, baby. Do you hear me? We're about 3 away from 100. I need 100. If we get 100, we're going to somewhere. We're going somewhere. Just hang on. Oh, there we go. I see one more, please. Okay, so back to it. We spin for $200. Sometimes I get giddy. We did 4 here a couple weeks ago. I send out those $200 checks on Monday to you. All you got to do is show up in the comment section and say, I'm here. That's good for the $200. And then, like I said once before, every 10 weeks or so, we give away a Jeep Patriot. I'm going to continue to do that. We are in the car business. If you're new to the show, you don't know who we are, what we do. We are Exodus Auto Sales. If you Google that, I believe we are the only 5.0 rated dealership in the country, and that's over 400 reviews. We've been around about 7 years as Exodus. So we're hoping someday, maybe say good night to Exodus and say hello full-time to the YouTube channel, because everything we make here is going to go back to you, and I'm going to give. So if you haven't got the gist of that program yet, then you'll know. We are about 2 minutes away from getting that spinner in here. That spinner, if you haven't put your name in the comment section, then you better have, because we are ready to go. Let's go ahead and serve out the final here, because this show is about ready to come to an end. All right, so there's the big heart. That's the ravioli. Here's the 2 little hearts. Yeah, they got kind of cockeyed a little bit, but you're going to get the gist of this when I put this together in the plate. 2 hearts, ladies and gentlemen, loved ones, become 1. 2 hearts become 1. That's very cool. The cheese ravioli, it gets doused. We usually put a little puddle of marinara down first. That's kind of cool, but I didn't do that because I don't know what I'm doing here. Somebody help me out here. Okay, so, and then we're going to Parmesan, fresh grated Parmesan, and okay, now we're going to cover that up. But nonetheless, you saw the 2 hearts, and you can see that in the illustration over moi. 2 hearts right here is a little better illustration. 2 hearts become 1. So tie the knot. That makes sense. That's what you do when you get married. You tie the knot. 2 hearts become 1. That's kind of a concept or a situation there. And on this carousel spinning, there's something missing. It's the grand finale, loved ones. Now, if you don't have a clue by now that, you know what, there's something quirky here. It has something to do with kind of, tie the knot, 2 hearts become, what are you getting at there, bro? Well, I want to do something big for you. So I'm going to finish it off with the bread basket, okay? And the bread basket looks like that. What is that, you ask? It's a bread basket. I just told you it was a bread basket. What's underneath it? Well, this is it. This is where, if you don't get them with this, you better not probably marry this person, okay? Because this is the grand finale. This is I'll illustrate what this is. I'll spin this slowly. This is a zucchini, okay, cut into a ring. Again, everything here on this show is edible. That's what we shoot for. A rock candy embedded in a piece of garlic toast. Now, in this garlic toast, we have a casket, if you will. Not appropriate for marriage, I suppose, but it's a casket or holding apparatus for what, Steve? For what? All right. Oh, there's the spinner. There's so much going on. Here we go. Ready? Okay, let's lift this off. Ta-da! What in the world? Yes, that is a what? That is, loved ones, look at that. Is that not cool? That is a piece of chicken breast, okay, that has been pan-seared, knuckle sculptured, and literally sculptured with the ring finger, ta-da, okay? Now, this clearly spells, what? Steve Harvey, yes! 700 people surveyed. Top 3 answers are on the board to this question. Marry me! Yes, you got it. Now, do you think he or she would get it? That is a pan-seared piece, one more time, of chicken breast, knuckled, sculptured perfectly, flawlessly. I went and bought fingernails. I've never done that before. I've never bought nails before. And I made a ring on the ring finger. And let me spin that around. So you've got naughty pasta. Tie the knot. You've got 2 hearts. 2 hearts becoming one. And then you've got, will you marry me? Now, if the question is marry me, and the answer is yes, then I think you know how the rest of this night's gonna go, right? Pretty good, okay? If they're still scratching their head and they're looking at this thing like, what in the world? Again, I think you better call somebody quick, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the spin. I hope you've enjoyed the show. It has been kind of cool. A food proposal for marriage. There's nothing else like it. It's a first. Let's clear a little spot. If you haven't had a chance to watch that movie, it's a great movie. It's called Marry Me, and that was the premise of the number 3 of the series here. Here we go. Shauna, bring it in, bring it in. This is the spin. Okay, now, everybody needs to be present. I got numbers here. I'm going to spin a few times here just to get this thing warmed up. We're going to start with the $200. There goes the spin. Bin, 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 bin. There's a full load of tickets in there. The microphone? Okay. And, oh, the microphone fell. What's he doing in there? What are you doing in there, bro? We're on live camera. Silly boy. Ouch. All right, and I'll put it back on. All right, here we go. Without further ado, we have, the microphone came off. All right, let's reach in here. We're going to grab the first $200. And I'm going to do this in sequence. I got reprimanded last week for doing this all at one time. Steve, you don't need to do a smorgasbord or buffet. Just do it one at a time. Keep them in suspense. Okay, I'll do that. This is number 1. This is the first $200. I like to give away $200 at least once, twice, 3 times, maybe 4. But we'll see how this goes. The first one, oh my God, this is, I guess you won what? Back, maybe a couple months ago. I'll give you a clue. You're way up there in Washington. Oh gosh, there's only about 3 of you up there. I know. Danny Kubica, God bless you. Congratulations, you have won $200, and that I know will help you big time. Danny Kubica. All right, what do you think, Steve Harvey? Yeah. What do you think, my Steve Harvey, huh? I think that's pretty cool. The family food, you see the lights? Look at all the work that went into that. That was pretty cool. And put that back up there, 1, 2, 3, huh? Was that not, that proved a point, right? All right, number 2, Steve, get on with it. Let's go. Let's spin again. Let's just keep this thing warmed up, because you know what's coming. The Jeep is coming. The Jeep is coming. Who's going to win the Jeep? I can't wait. This is number 2. You want me to just do the Jeep? Any more $200? You want me to keep going or what? What do you want to do? Okay, all right. They said one more. All right, let's get in here. One more. This is one more $200. All right, the second $200 winner is going to be, let me see here. Oh my God. Wow, Alexis G. Alexis G. And I believe you are local, well, I know that name. Alexis G, you are a spouse of somebody. You got married, I guarantee it wasn't on the proposal plate. But Alexis G, congratulations, $200. Oh, they was back in the Jeep. Okay, I've been instructed. You know what? Do you realize you can win $200 and a Jeep? That'll be gas for at least a couple days, the way gas prices have shot up, right? Okay, all right. So you guys go back into the Jeep. I want to make one disclaimer, too, for those that might have won a Jeep already. The board of directors hit me pretty hard this morning. If you've won a Jeep already, and 5 of you have, I think there's 4 watching. Yes, there are 4 watching that have won a Jeep out of the 5. I can't give you another Jeep. It's not fair to the other people. These Jeeps, and I want to say one thing very clearly and make this very, very concise to everybody. What I'm going to do right now is pull out a winner that's going to win a $9,000 or $10,000 valued Jeep. I wish I could do that for everyone. And before this show ends, or before I end, my goal is maybe we can do that. Again, as I said, this is a giving show, and I want everybody to have everything back. It's a show of none of its kind, nothing else like it, and there won't be anything else like it. I promise you when we're done with this. This is your show, loved ones. Without further ado, here we go. This is for the Jeep. This is the 6th Jeep here at the new Steve Henry Show. Why do they call it the new Steve Henry Show? Well, there's a good reason for it. We'll talk about that next week. All right, I have here in my hand the winner of the Jeep. And if everybody is watching, we have a very good number there today, and I'm very thankful for the number. Thank you. This show would not be possible without you participating on a weekly basis. Wow, this is somebody I have no idea who this is. It's probably their first time here. This is so cool. I love this. I love this. And again, I hope I'm just going to spell this right or sound this right. Isaiah Antilon or Antion, I'm not sure how you pronounce your last name. I-Z-A-I is how it's spelled. Congratulations, you have won a 2014 Jeep Patriot here at the new Steve Henry Show. Congratulations to you. That is an awesome thing. And everybody here, the whole staff is rooting for you right now. The angels in heaven are singing your praise. I will put that out here again so you can see who that is. That is the winner of the Jeep. Don't fret, loved ones. We are going to do this again in 10 weeks. In April, I've already bought the Jeep. It's a nice gray, metallic gray Jeep. We're going to do it again until you end up with a Jeep in your driveway. We will be driving this Jeep to you and we'll deliver it to your door. It's going to take about a week or two. We've got schedules to work out, but there is no cost to you. We register these for you, or we help the state body register it for you, so we try to eliminate any expenses out of your pocket, period. You just got to come up with insurance, and that's it, in your name. God bless you all. It's been a great show, great series. Love is in the air. Will you marry me? I want you to look at this. I want you to think about this the next time you know somebody. Maybe it's you, or maybe it's a loved one that's going to propose to somebody. Give it the food. It's the proposal of food. It's one of a kind. I love you. I'll see you next week for French onion like you've never seen French onion before. God bless you. I love you. We'll see you next week. Love is in the air.